Welcome back to Crimescape, where we unravel the darkest mysteries and delve into the minds of notorious criminals. In this gripping video, we'll uncover the harrowing story behind Bryan Kohberger's descent into darkness. On a quiet November night in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, the lives of 4 innocent individuals were tragically cut short. The culprit behind this heinous act? Bryan Christopher Kohberger, a name that sends shivers down the spines of those who dare to utter it. Born in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania in 1994, Bryan Christopher Kohberger seemed like any other child, his innocent laughter echoing through the streets. He is currently 29 years of age and studied psychology at Bethlehem's Northampton Community College, where he graduated with an associate's degree in the subject in 2018. He graduated from DeSales University with a BA in 2020 and an MA in criminal justice in 2022. 9 days prior to his arrest, he had finished his first semester at Pullman Washington State University, where he had moved to pursue a PhD in the same profession. But what led Bryan Kohberger to choose this particular path? Was it a genuine desire to understand the criminal mind? November 13th, 2022. In a shared rental home just steps away from campus, 4 University of Idaho college students were about to become victims of a horrifying tragedy. The victims were Ethan Chapin, who was 20 years old, Kaylee Goncalves, who was 21, Zana Kernodly, who was 20, and Madison Mogan, who was 21. All these bright lights extinguished instantly that night. Earlier that evening, the lives of the victims intertwined in a web of social engagements. 2 of them, Ethan Chapin and Zana Kernodly, attended an on-campus party at the nearby Sigma Chi fraternity. Meanwhile, Madison Mogan and Kaylee Goncalves embarked on their own journey of revelry, visiting the Corner Club, a popular downtown sports bar. All 4 students returned to the house, safe and sound, by 1:56 a.m. The clock ticked away as Goncalves made a series of unanswered calls to her former boyfriend, and Mogan followed suit, desperately trying to reach out to Goncalves' ex. Investigators later concluded that these calls were not related to the crime, but they left an eerie trace in the timeline of events. The victims, peacefully sleeping in their beds, were brutally attacked, their lives stolen away. The walls of the house became a haunting canvas, splattered with the blood of these young souls. Mogan and Goncalves were found lifeless in Mogan's bedroom, while Kernodly and Chapin met their tragic end in Kernodly's room. When the police arrived, they were greeted by an open door, a scene untouched by forced entry. Nothing seemed amiss or out of place, leaving investigators baffled and searching for answers. Detectives meticulously pieced together the timeline, concluding that the killings occurred between 4 a.m. and 4:25 a.m. in the dead of night when darkness swallowed the world whole. The Moscow Police Department, supported by the Idaho State Police and the Latah County Sheriff's Office, formed a formidable investigative team of almost 130 members. Autopsies conducted by the Latah County coroner revealed a grim reality. The victims, Ethan Chapin, Kaylee Goncalves, Zana Kernodly, and Madison Mogan, had all suffered multiple stab wounds with fatal blows targeting their chests and upper bodies. The coroner's findings hinted at a fierce struggle for survival, as defensive stab wounds adorned the hands of at least one victim. It appeared that the killer had struck while they lay defenseless in their beds, their dreams transformed into a waking nightmare. Disturbingly, none of the victims showed signs of sexual assault. As the investigation gained momentum, the police sought the public's help, urging them to provide any video footage captured near the house on the night of the killings. The response was overwhelming, with over 2,600 emailed tips, 2,700 phone calls, and 1,000 digital media submissions flooding in from concerned individuals determined to aid the investigation. In a press conference, the Moscow police chief revealed that they had received tips suggesting that Kaylee Goncalves had allegedly been stalked. However, verifying this claim proved elusive at the time. Then, a breakthrough emerged from the shadows. Investigators discovered surveillance footage capturing a 5th-generation Hyundai Elantra near the crime scene during the time of the murders. The car had made repeated passes along the same route, raising red flags. This crucial piece of evidence spurred police to search records of approximately 22,000 Elantras manufactured between 2011 and 2013, hoping to uncover a vital clue. Their efforts paid off. A surveillance recording revealed the Elantra passing the victim's home multiple times, with its final sighting occurring at 4:20 a.m., just before speeding away from the neighborhood. Investigators were hot on the trail, tracing the ownership of the vehicle to a local individual named Bryan Kohberger. The net tightened around Kohberger as investigators dug deeper into his background. They discovered that his cell phone data showed a significant gap in connection between 2:47 a.m. and 4:48 a.m. on the night of the murders, precisely when the heinous acts were believed to have taken place. Suspicion mounted as his phone pinged the cell tower near the victim's residence multiple times in the months leading up to the crime. The investigation took a chilling turn when DNA, unrelated to the victims, was found on a knife sheath inside Madison Mogen's room, pointing directly at Kohberger. Using a public genealogy database, authorities made a breakthrough, identifying a partial match to an individual with a familial connection to Kohberger. Finally, on December 30th, an FBI SWAT team, accompanied by Pennsylvania State Police, descended upon the residence and apprehended Bryan Christopher Kohberger. He faced charges of 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 felony count of burglary, a weighty burden that demanded answers and justice. And so, dear viewers, we come to the end of our journey, a journey that has peeled back the layers of darkness surrounding the notorious criminal Bryan Kohberger. If you found this video thought-provoking and impactful, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you become a part of our community dedicated to exploring the untold stories and shedding light on the darkest corners of our world.